Oh, the beautiful combination you can get with a clear builder gel and inks. Aren't those stunning? Let me show you how I created them. Let's get started. I sat down with the colored inks to just play and do a nice photo for Instagram. But I created these and even surprised myself. They turned out so beautiful. I knew you were going to ask me, how did I create them? So that's what I'm going to show you today. So I've taken off my thumb. So I've removed everything so we could start from fresh. And I can show you how I did that. Got everything ready on the table except I didn't clean my glasses. They're a little bit fingerprints all over them. Okay. So what I've done is I built out a very thin layer of a builder gel and I've buffed it. Now with inks, one thing I've learned is it does not like to have a roughed up or even semi-roughed up surface. It likes a very smooth surface. So I have to make it nice and smooth. So I built this out. I left the bed, as you can see, with the blue color. And the blue I'm using is from Fuzion and it's called Blueberry. Now I did use a mint. It's hard to see because it's very subtle, but I used the color mint on this finger here. You might be able to tell in the photos, but on its own, it's really hard to tell. It looks very similar in color. They're just very soft pastel colors. So I built the thumb, I pulled off the form, I shaped it, I filed it, and I smoothed it with a very smooth file, something like a 3000 or 4000 grit. That's how smooth this is. Today I'm using exclusive Nail Couture's Maxi ink sets. You can put them in all sorts of beautiful smoky designs. I've seen lots of different designs. We're going to be placing it, well, you can see the detail in these. We're just going to place it a little bit differently. And of course, every artist will do it a little bit different. So I'm going to get a little dish here full of some alcohol. Just going to pour a little bit in here. And that just can help spread it just a little. You don't need much at all. You can use any brush, but I'm going to use this one just because of the very tiny tip. And that's just to create this very fine detail. And you can take the ink right from the bottle and put it directly onto the nail. I kind of get some off of my brush because I don't want it to flood or saturate too much. If your nail is prepared, it'll just pool on there, which is what you want. See how it separates like that? That's what I want. It's a very light color. I'll get the darker color. I'm loving this purple because it's got a bit of gold in there. See how it moves? And if you move your finger, it'll pool. And if you blow on it, it has a different effect. Kind of dries up right away. I love it. See, that just pools. That's good. That's what I want. See, if you move it a little bit, it'll run into it a little bit. And I'll get a little bit of yellow. See how it does that? Oh, that's so cool. That's neat. And you just sort of keep going until you find something that you like. Or if you don't like it, you just keep going until you find something that you do. I mean, you can even erase it off. If you don't like it, you can just take some alcohol and just wipe it right off. Okay, so you can get a little bit of alcohol just on the tip of that brush. I'm going to get a little alcohol soaked pad here too, because I don't want to wreck my towel. And I'm just going to use that just to soak up any paint or anything inside my brush. And I soak it in there just a little bit, and then you can just put little dabs and it will change the pattern a little bit. Now in this case, I kind of wanted that circle pattern. So a little dab, see how it kind of goes in that circle motion? That is gorgeous. Absolutely love that. It's like pushing the color. Let's see if I can get. In this particular line, there's a lot of different colors. And if you get a product line that just has 3 colors, those will be the primary colors, and you can mix pretty much anything you want. Just want a little bit heavier up there. And then I'm going to put the green inside. See what that does. Maybe I'll drop some yellow on the inside. Kind of gives it a soft feathering, like an airbrush look. Very cool. One thing I did learn as well, I can put a little bit of color in my dish and then I can just pick it up with the brush because I just want a tinier brush to go on just to create some of those circles, right? I like that too. Because sometimes the brush that's included in the bottle is just a little too big for maybe the particular design that you're wanting to do. And then you can just do a little dab. And you can be very specific where you want that. Very cool. Maybe it's just me, but I really like these little circle designs. That's looking pretty good. Just gonna fill in some of the sides. I did the French line, so I'm gonna put a little bit of color in there, maybe to sort of surround that. Give it sort of a French line look there. Okay, well, I really like that. I'm just trying to compare the design with the other ones, and that's not bad. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. You don't need to nuke this or anything. This is just an ink. So I'm going to put that away, put that over here, and then I'm just going to build out the rest of my nail. And I'm using Extreme Shine by Fuzion. So if you turn it sideways, I don't know if you can see this, but I've built the arch, and then it's quite a flat, like a cliff, step down, and then all the design is in there. Now I'm going to fill that to create the whole nail. And I love this gel because it is super clear. It's one of the reasons why I love gel. It is like glass. So I'm just going to fill this in, that whole area. And I've learned a lot of things about gel. The less you fuss and play with it, just try spreading it more. It'll reduce the bubbles. I'm getting really good at not having so many bubbles. My room here is cold. That might help get more bubbles. I'm not quite sure the chemistry on that, but I'm going to blame any bubble you see on that. I also love the viscosity of this. Now this settles quite slowly, which is, I really like it. But turn it upside down a little bit if you're getting it a little bit like flopping on the side. It's just getting too heavy on the side. Just turn it upside down a little bit and it'll come to the center. Oh, beautiful. Could not be more beautiful. So I'm going to just nuke it. So I'm just going to encase my blue and just give the whole nail a good once over, nice, even apex. And fill it in so it's a perfectly shaped nail. Make sure that stress line is really encased. Okay, I'll flip that upside down. Just need a little bit more in the apex, I think. Really picky about that. I'd rather have too much and file it away than find I just didn't have enough. That drives me nuts. And then sometimes, that's what I like about gel, you can do this. Okay. I'm just going to nuke that And then I'm going to create a little bit more design on there. Okay, so now I'm going to remove the stick. There's a little dispersion layer. You just want to clean that off. And now I'm going to file and shape this, the shape that I'm looking for. Okay, I'm just going to use the hand file and just give it, like, fine tune the shaping. Okay, and because we're putting the ink on, it does like to be on a smooth surface, or at least the look that I'm going for. I'm going to smooth it over with a very smooth file. Sometimes when you make a mistake, it invokes a new idea which covers up your mistake, but it makes it look like you did it intentionally, which is exactly what I did with this. So when I was filing it, I made the blue, the nail plate part, a little bit too high. And that's when I decided to bring the ink up onto the nail bed and make it look like it was part of the design. So I could just tell you that's exactly what I had in mind, but it's not very good for learning, is it? Because that's how we learn. We make mistakes. So here's my big boo-boo. I'm just going to tell you all. Here's the big mistake that I made. But it turned out to be great. So when I was filing it, as you can see how some of the blue has come up? See that? Well, I can't have that. I mean, I could repaint it again and just top coat it and call it a day. But it really bugged me. So then I decided I'm going to paint some more of the design up there. See that? That's what I did on there. And it honestly looked way better. So I'm glad I made that error because it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes you make an error and you just hate it. But in this case, I just decided to go up the side of the nail to cover it, and I liked the look of it way better. So I was really happy that that mistake happened. Just going to bring it up the side a little bit. And this one's the big one. I'm kind of making it like a U shape, like a window of flowers that you're looking through. It's a nice way of saying a mistake, isn't it? That's cool. Get some of the yellow in here. Oh, that's interesting. And again, you don't like it, take it off. I am going to put some more purple down here and the green. Now it is alcohol ink, so they do evaporate fast. So if you find you put it down there and you go to get some more and it's dried, well, it does evaporate on you. Then I'm going to get some of the alcohol, just plain alcohol, and just dip it in there and see if I can soften it even more, different looks, blend them together more or less. Ooh, that created a nice purple. I like that. Okay. Just sometimes when you do it on a different day, it just looks so different. Right? That's the thing with art. It's hard to make it look exactly the same as that day that you did it. You just play with it until you get something that you like. And sometimes you don't even know if you like it or not. Sometimes you get lost in it. You're like, oh, I don't even know anymore. Then go ask somebody. Hopefully they'll honestly tell you. Maybe that hurts, but it's better to know, honestly, if something works. Okay, well, that's very different than the other ones. You can see these ones are a little bit more almost botanical, and this one's a little bit more abstract. But that's sometimes what happens if you do it on different days too. But I like it. It's quite cool. Okay, I'm just going to put a top coat on it. That will bring it to life. Oh, look at that. Oh, what this sometimes does too is it pulls a little bit, and I kind of like that. And don't forget, when you're doing the top coat, do it underneath a bit too. Don't let it be thick. Make sure you hardly have any on your brush, but just give it a nice thin coat. I'm actually kind of wiping it away. It just makes it so that you can look right through it. It's quite transparent that way. Okay, let's nuke it and check out the reveal shots. There we have it. Absolutely gorgeous. I've got to do this in other colors. I absolutely love it. Maybe if I get better at the placement, I can actually maybe shape some flowers. Maybe that'll be the next thing I'll try. Thanks for joining me. Have fun with this and let me know what you guys are doing. I'd love to see it on my Instagram, Nail Career Education. See you soon. Bye.